up guys, Lone Survivor is here for your third replay. Honestly, the things I do to spoil you. And this is known as Hill Warfare. This was fought on the 11th of April, the day before my birthday. And this is against Hufsar, I think that's how you pronounce it. And this is the Bay of Many Faces. I am Emperor Zoa as always. And it just really shows you how beneficial hills are and how beneficial the woods are. Even though you lose at one point, you're still bound to win if you have a height advantage. This focuses on a little bit of why to take key buildings as well. There will be a replay based on that as well, so don't worry about that. So, my army still consists of... I was wondering where the hell did my army go? 3 bow warrior monks, I believe so, as usual. 3 Naginata warrior monk. A Nodashi samurai. Even militia beat you, which is a unit of Lone Sword Ashigaru, and another unit of Nodashi. And I'm actually considering using this build a lot more. Please write in the description what you think. I'm not really bothered. I still have my 2 units of Yari Cav and my general as always, who is still there in his full black uniform. I may change him, however. The 2 buildings in this fight are, I believe, a sword dojo there and a shrine up here. And this is my opponent's army. He's brought 1, 2, 3, 4 units of bow. One of them's a bow samurai, the rest of a bow militia. He's brought an absolute baker's load of Nodashi samurai. I believe 3 Naginata warrior monks. His general, I think he has 2 cavalry, I'm not entirely sure. So my first intention was to hide my units because he had the Shinobi Informer, which is a retainer on Shogun 2, and it sees the enemy's deployment, so I immediately moved my units into the forest to hide it there, so we couldn't really benefit from it. So he's setting up shop, virtually facing the way that I want him to, which is facing that way and towards the woods. He was probably trying to get some arrows up and over to hit my entire army. Now, I wasted no time in running my units up, but that did leave me at a disadvantage of my units getting tired already, hence the feat. So I'm moving my Yari cavalry slowly but surely, and he's back. He wants me to virtually face him on high ground. He's taking the low ground and he's probably saying, I like it here, I'm going to face him here. So right now I'm just capturing the shrine. I'm going to fast forward this bit because it's boring as. And it really does show that things can go any way when you're on the height advantage. So he sends forth 1 unit of Nodashi samurai to secure the sword dojo. After all, they are Nodashis. And so I see a little bit of an advantage here. If I could easily curve around through this forest and round, I'd be able to hit his Nodashis. And he's even moving forward, which gives me a little bit more of a benefit. And if there's like a bit here where it's inaccessible, they normally file in 1 by 1 around, so it'd be a while before the entire unit comes bearing down on you like God's fist. I move my bow warrior monks into the forest in case he decides to do anything stupid, but that does seem to be the occasion. Just a quick note on the map. If you have a look over there, you can see that there's like a Japanese shrine and 3 heavy runes, they appear to be, or medium runes, I'm not that entirely sure. So my general's still there securing the shrine, and the shrine's now in my army's hands, hence the red flag. There's no real wind, so it's not that impressive. And he's successfully secured the sword dojo. And so I know that he's going to have a charge bonus and an attack bonus, which hopefully my infantry will be able to cope with. So he's moved his Nodashis onto his flank, but that's not really a good idea because after all they are sword infantry, and they're not that far away, but they're still far enough for you to get a good cav charge in. So he's constantly moving his archers up, and you can see on the screen now that My bow warrior monk are just about to hit him straight in his face. I move up just a little bit further, knowing that I'm safe, and I begin to open fire on him. My main targets were, I was thinking, why on earth he brought Bow Ashigaru? He's just going to get marauded. And I saw then on his ranks that he's got a 4 ranked Bow Ashigaru, I think it's like a normal bow samurai, 4 ranked Bow Ashigaru again, and 4 ranked Bow Ashigaru, so I was like, okay, this may go wrong. So at this time I was using flaming arrows and I took out a fair few, and he matched his Nodashis a little bit too far in front, so I just mowed him down with my Yari Cav, and I managed to pull out of there fast enough before his Naganatas even managed to lay a spear on me. So you can see that his spears have now gone too far ahead of his force, so I think, you know what, I'm going to go behind him and give him a little mess up in the head, and I'll go straight for his archers. So right now I'm holding my bow units until the last possible moment, and then I retreat them, and I send forth my own Nodashis, and I activate the Banzai ability right in the nick of time. The Banzai ability does increase your charge bonus if you didn't know that, by the way. And now it's just a massive duking out between Nodashis. And right now my Yari Cav's wavering after getting slaughtered by Naginata Warrior Monk, Nodashis, and his own general, which is kind of a bonehead mistake of me. So right now I'm under the effect of the War Cry, which is, I think it reduces the enemy reload speed, something like that, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm just shooting straight into the midst of it, knowing that he has more men than I do, because this is overwhelming numbers. And so I send, since I see a unit of Naginata Warrior Monks and Nodashi Samurai, I just plough my own Naginata Monks and my own Nodashi Samurai, who are fairly strong in number, and I just plough them straight in as well. I hit them straight in the flank, right there. And so in this like little cluster near the rock face, I've successfully routed another unit of Nodashi and a Naginata Warrior Monks duking it out with, I'd say, a depleted Naginata Warrior Monk as well, but they'll win. My even Militia beat you squad, known as the Lone Sword Ashigaru unit, even beat Naginata Warrior Monk, which shows, wow, they can actually do some effect against Yari. So even if you have Lone Sword Ashigaru and they have probably Yari Hero, you can probably take them down in a one-on-one. So you can see the crushing charge of my own Warrior Monks ploughing straight into theirs. And their archers still have about 2 or 3 squadrons full. So I activate the Banzai ability and I plough my general straight on in there. There's my general just knocking over absolutely donkey's load and flying Japanese soldiers. I'm not going to say anything racist or all in this commentary, I'm trying not to. I can think of so many jokes for this. So he has an uphill charge which is not that beneficial, and I'm just keeping with the pace and I'm running with the bow units, and I eventually plough into his last bow unit there, which is what the hell was that name? SNKI. Don't know how to pronounce that. You may want to put that in the commentary section. So my units have just about beaten his infantry. He's not got a lot left, and I've still got a lot of men strong, and the balance of power is heavily in my favour. He's still got a lot of Nodashis, but I just plough my own Naginata Warrior Monks in and follow in with my Lone Sword Ashigaru, and they rout. And his entire army went under a mass rout, and that's the end of the game. Good game to my opponent.